The first thing I advise my students is that number one, you need to work on your mindset. um you're trying to embark on a new journey, you're trying to start something new, you have to get your mindset right. You have to believe that actually what you're about to do is going to work. You have to believe that it's going to be successful. You have to remove the doubts in your mind or in your head and start thinking positive. You need to be pessimistic. There might be something, let me be, you might have thoughts like, am I sure this is going to work for me? Do I have what it takes? Do I have all the skills? Do I know what to do? But I want you to change that mindset and start looking at the positive. Just look at the positive things. Start thinking, okay, what if this thing works for me? What if actually I now get a job that pays in dollars and I can even gain financial freedom? What if I actually apply for a job and I get a call back from companies that are outside the country? And I know people that are doing this. They don't have multiple brains, they don't have two heads. All what they had was a determination to succeed, and they also had an open heart to learn, and they were also implementing what they learned, and they were patient enough to get the results. So what we're about to learn is not magic. It's not a gets rich quick syndrome or something. It's just a formula that has been implemented, and I'm just sharing with you what you can also apply and implement for your own situation. I'm just going to go ahead to start. This webinar is recorded, and I might also have multiple sections, maybe tomorrow or later today, for people that couldn't join at this time. This is a free masterclass that's going to transform your life, and I want you to pay attention. If you have questions, put them in the chat. If you just hear something that motivates you, give a thumbs up and just let me know that actually you are gaining something from today's class. So my name is Grace, or you can call me Gracie. I have over 10 years of career coaching experience. I've been teaching people how to get jobs. I have over 12 years of professional work experience. So for the past 12 years, I've been working from different companies, multinationals, and I recently transitioned into remote jobs, and I was able to do this transition in 3 months. So from the day I decided to transition up until the day I got a job, it took me 3 months. So let's say you are here now and you've decided this is what you want to do. It took me 3 months to learn all I needed to learn and then implement, and then I got a job. I've coached over 250 clients into landing their six-figure dream roles in over 8 countries. I also successfully moved to Canada from Nigeria with my family, so it's quite very early for me here. And yeah, I'm also actually working from home, working remote jobs, and I've also been able to help people get jobs from whatever country they are in and get remote jobs. I understand how recruiters in this side of the world, how they think. I understand what they expect you to say during an interview. I understand how the working environment is here, and that knowledge is a word about what I'm going to share with you. So right now I'm fully settled with my family. I'm living my best life. And what motivated me into teaching people was people saw how successful I was. I've gotten multiple jobs, actually, multiple jobs. And they started asking me, how did you do it? How did you do it? How did you navigate this terrain? And that was how I started teaching people. And that was how I started, telling people. And I said, okay, teach people in a large scale, because many people want to know how you were able to do this thing. So I was once like you, confused. I didn't know what to do. I have a BSc. I didn't school abroad. I didn't take any extra education. I schooled at Imo State University and also at University of Port Harcourt. So yeah, I lived in Lagos before I traveled. So just know that you are just someone like me, and the skill and the education you have is exactly what I have also. So do you know that it is actually possible for you to earn in foreign currency from wherever you are? So back when I was in my home country, Nigeria, I hear this, but I never believed it, really believed it until I traveled out of the country. And that was when I knew that recruiters and companies are looking to hire talents that are not living in UK, for example. They're not living in America, they're not living in Canada, they're not living in Europe. They're looking for people that actually live in Africa. But if you know that it's possible, just give me a thumbs up, or just put it in the chat. I want to see. And because you actually need to believe this thing before it works for you. That's just you have to You have to actually believe something before you know it starts working for you. So just to for those that don't know, it's actually possible. And I'm going to show you why. I'll tell you why this is actually what companies in this side of the world are looking to do. Well, at the end of this class, I'll be showing you where you can find high demand remote tech jobs across the globe. I'll show you which countries offer the best opportunities for remote work. I'll show you the essential skills you need to stand out in the remote tech job market. I'll also show you step-by-step strategies to land your first remote tech job successfully. That's what we're going to look at in this class. So why remote work? Why are companies looking to hire people that they can employ from everywhere, anywhere in the world? There's a global shift to remote work after the pandemic. Companies started noticing that they can actually hire remote work. And let me tell you one secret that you cannot find anywhere. If you Google it, why remote work, you can't find that secret. Number one is people living in this part of the country, in the part of the world, they don't really like working. They don't like working, right? Most of them get government benefits. They own a house, so that they don't really see the reason why they need to stress themselves to go to work every day to earn money, because their families must have kept huge sums of amount of money for them. Sometimes government pay them monthly commission, monthly stipends or things like that. So they actually, the real indigenous do not actually like to work. They've discovered that people that work more are immigrants or people that are in other countries. And even those that live in this country that want to work, they actually, like, their salary is it's very high. So let's say if they want to hire a designer might be saying, okay, you need to pay me $100 per hour, but they know that if they hire someone from Africa or from China or from India, the person might be willing to do the same work and even do it better for $20-30 per hour. So companies are now, like, they're trying to save costs, and so they are looking to hire people that can do the job from anywhere. So that's actually why there's that opportunity for people looking to hire remote workers. Remote tech jobs are in high demand. So most companies, tech is a new thing ongoing. And most tech jobs, you don't need to be in the office. It's not like production job where you're hands-on doing something or building something. You can actually stay at home and, let's say, be a virtual assistant, be a designer. You can design and send through your laptop to whoever you're designing for. You can, manage projects remotely. You can do data analysis remotely. You can do all of those. You can be an admin person. You can be a customer. You can take calls for companies remotely. So of course, you don't really actually need to be physically there in that company to be able to add that value or do the work. It's very flexible. These are the benefits of remote work. You can earn in the currency. The company will pay you in the current, let's say, whichever country you're UK, they pay you in pounds, US, they pay you in dollars. And there's also work-life balance. So they just want you to be available the times that they work. And that could be maybe evening for you or night for you. So you can actually say, okay, this is the times that this company wants me to work, and then you can actually do the work. So, and then because it's a remote work, if you travel, let's say, live in Lagos and you go to Abuja, you carry your work with you. You don't need to say, okay, you can actually relocate to different parts of the country or the world, and you still are working and earning money. Now, what are the key challenges of landing a remote job? What are the common obstacles? The common obstacles are you don't know where to start. You don't know the companies that are looking to hire remote workers. You don't know the jobs that are in demand. You don't know the skill set that you have that you can actually reformat or do some touch up, and you're able, and you become an expert remote worker. You don't know how to create that resume to match up to what this country is in different, because the way we write our resumes in Nigeria is totally different from the way they expect your resume to be in the UK or in the US. It's a totally different format. The way we answer interview questions, the way me and myself answer interview questions was totally different. I had to learn all these things all over again. And I learned from somebody that had actually been successful in, somebody that has tried it and was successful. I had to learn how to interview all over again, despite that I had 10 years of banking experience back home. I had to learn how to write resumes all over again. I had to learn how to redo my LinkedIn profile to match up to what they want. I had to learn how to network and talk to recruiters. So those are the common obstacles or challenges. You, why people may fail to secure remote jobs is they don't know these things. They don't know how to. It's not that you can't do it. You just don't know it, how to do it. And if nobody tells you how to do it, you might not be successful in your search for a remote job. Now, there's also the importance of using a strategic approach. So it's not about you're very intelligent. It's not the most intelligent that gets the job. It's the most strategic that gets the job. You need to add there are things that you need to do before you do the next thing. So there's a layers to this thing. And if you don't understand those steps, you might not be, no matter how hard you try. It's just like somebody that is a lawyer. If you've ever tried to write IELTS, you know that it's not about how good you are in English, or if you had A1 in English, or if you are a lawyer. If you don't know how to strategically answer those questions that they do in those IELTS English exams, you will not get the score that you need. So there's a strategy to everything. You find people that are still English professors, when they want to write IELTS exam, they still need to go back and study past questions. They used to go back and take classes. They still need to go back and watch videos to know how to answer and how to shaping their responses to match what they're looking for. So that's the strategic approach to landing remote jobs. So mostly some things you can't, even if you're good, not normally, you need to also understand strategically how to excel in that area. I can see some hands up. You can just unmute yourself and I'll take your questions before I continue. I think the first is in NECA. Second is Faith. Third is Angli. The last is Precious. If you're not ready, we can just move on and then I'll get back to the questions. So now what are the top remote tech jobs in demand? I'm just going to go to my list. What are the top? Okay, so I'm going to be sharing with you the top tech jobs or jobs that you can do remotely from wherever you are. The first is virtual assistant. So you can be a freelance virtual assistant. What you do is you're going to be working with small businesses and entrepreneurs who are too busy to handle administrative work. So if you see yourself doing administrative work, you'll be able to do this job. The role is multifaceted. So from the comfort of your home, you'll be coordinating calendars, you'll be responding to emails, you'll be performing admin work, and average salary is about $50,000. Second is graphic designer. So if you know how to, like a graphic designer right now, you can use your design knowledge to actually create graphics for people wherever they are in any part of the world. The average salary is about $44,000. You're a project manager. You know how to manage projects. You know how to coordinate events. You know how to get things done. You can offer these consultancy services to organizations that need project managers for a short period of time. So people just need people for just a particular, so they don't want to hire you full time. They can hire you for a particular project, and the salary is averagely $80,000. If you know how to, you understand QuickBooks, you understand accounting, bookkeeping. Small businesses are looking for people to just help them arrange their books and track their expenses, track their revenue, help them with maybe filing of their taxes. If you have that knowledge, you can actually be a remote worker. The next is copywriting. So if you have special knack, you enjoy writing, you enjoy proofreading, you have solid portfolio. You can also do copy for websites, digital advertising. You are in high demand. Customer service rep, that one, virtually everybody can do that. Like there are so many reps, like so many companies or websites you can find 100% remote customer service representatives. They pay per hour, and yeah, you can just take their calls, respond to chat and all of that. Social media specialists. So if you're social media, you know how to use social media, you know how to, create social media campaigns and adverts and create content, you are also in high demand. If you're a video editor, like you know how to edit videos, you know how to, like, they send you raw footage, you can cut, edit, and all of that, you also in high demand. Service salary is about $88,000 in a year. If you're very good at marketing, you know how to, like, maybe right now you're working for a marketing agency, for instance, and you already have that skills. The skills you have is you can use it anywhere in the world. So don't think that whatever I learn wherever I'm working right now in Lagos, Abuja, or in Nigeria, I can't use it. No, because whatever I'm doing right now in the company I'm working for is just the skill that I learned when I was in Nigeria. I did not go back to school to do anything. So I'm using the skills of what I already learned. So you can, the average salary is about $92,000. You can become a communication specialist that you can maybe help draft press release, media content, also kind of social media advertising. And this is just like 10. There's lots and lots and lots. You can see I didn't mention anything that has to do with software engineering or data analysis or business analytics. I didn't mention those parts. So there are tons and tons of more jobs that you can work and do remotely. I'll go ahead to share countries that offer the best opportunities for remote work. So United States is going to top the charts. The United States they have lots of jobs in the US, and most times they just need people that they need cheap labor, people that can do it from wherever they are. United Kingdom is also the next in the list. There's Canada, there's New Zealand, there's Australia, Spain, Croatia, Ireland, Indonesia, and Germany. These are the top 10 companies that offer jobs that you can do from wherever you are. They don't mind you being physically present in the country. I'm just going to go back to our slide and continue from there. Now, what are the essential skills that you need for remote work? For each of these jobs that I have shown you, there are core technical skills, and there are also soft skills that are needed for remote success. So you need to understand, there are three things you need to do. You need to understand the core technical skills that are looking for each of those job roles. You need to understand the soft skills that are needed for those job roles. And then you need to also be able to create a standard portfolio. Why creating a standard portfolio is very important is because these people don't know you one-on-one. They can't, even if they ask you for a reference and you send a reference, they might not really be able to call your company where you work to know how good you are. Number two, you're Black, so they have this perception of maybe she's lying. So the only thing that can speak for you is your portfolio. So whatever you're doing now, in whatever field you are, maybe it could resonate with what the field that I've shared before. Maybe it's something else. You need to create a standard portfolio, which will, whenever they come to you, and you don't even need to talk so much, just say, see my portfolio, let me walk you through my portfolio. And then you share it with them. With that, they can actually understand that this is the work that you did. And there's so many ways for you to create this portfolio, for you to share this or create social proof that will help convince recruiters that you can actually do this job. So I have shared with you the countries that offer the best opportunities for remote work. US, UK, and Canada were topping that list. Okay. Now you know the countries, you know, like some jobs that actually you can do remotely. The next thing, you need to know how to craft a winning remote work portfolio and resume. So the resume, like I said, we call our CV. Most times they call theirs resume. It's different. It has different content and there's a different way to write it, right? So you need to be able to craft a very compelling resume. You need to showcase your remote readiness. So in that resume, you're also saying, oh, I can actually do this work remotely. It has to somewhere be in that your resume. And then you need to show real world examples of your work. That is how you're able to convince somebody to call you in for an interview to be able to get this job. So now you've seen the companies, you've seen the jobs. The next thing is you should be able to craft a winning remote work portfolio. So for today, I won't be sharing with you the websites or the companies that actually hire remotely, that information will be shared later on in a different class with people that want to go with trying to get remote jobs from anywhere. Now, the next thing you need to do is, now you have your resume, you have your portfolio. You need to, you know the skills you need, you know the soft skills, you know the technical skills. You need to know how to find the right opportunities. Where do you search for remote tech jobs? Where is that? Who are the people that in at this time they're actually looking for people from wherever country? People even prefer recruiting from Africa. They want to know, where do you go to apply for these jobs? How do you network? How do I optimize my LinkedIn to be targeting employers that are looking to hire from anywhere? What are the top job boards and platforms for me to find the right opportunity? You need to understand these three things. If you know them, then together with your winning resume and together with your winning portfolio, you will start getting interviews. Okay, so now that you now know where to apply for the jobs, you have your winning resume, you have your portfolio, and you've been applying, and they started calling you back for interview. What do? You know how to prepare for those interviews. So most times they're going to send you assessments, technical assessments, just to be sure that you know what you say. Maybe if you're a designer, they can be like, okay, design this and design this for us. Let's see. Or they can give you mock assessments. Do you know how to do all of those things to be able to convince people living in this part of the world that you're actually the best person for the job, and they can trust you enough that if they give you this job, you will show up and you're going to do the job. Then finally, you need to know how to set up your home office. So now, okay, how do I set up my home office? They want you to work in a specific space that is quiet, that is, you have all the technical gadgets ready to start up working remotely. So I'm going to share with you one of the testimonials I got from my client. She said, as a stay-at-home mom, I always wanted to contribute to my family's income, but finding the right opportunity was a challenge. I wanted a career that allowed me to work from home and earn a decent income in dollars. This course was actually what I needed. The lessons were easy to follow, strategies were practical and effective. With the guidance I received, I was able to secure a remote UK tech job that fits perfectly with my busy schedule. Now, earning in dollars while I'm still there for my kids, this program truly empowered me to achieve financial independence without sacrificing time with my family. So for me, I have four kids that are still kind of young. I knew that getting a remote job was the only option for me. Number one, in this part of the world, there's no help. There's nobody that can actually, take care of your kids for you. Getting house helps is very expensive. Nannies are very expensive. So that was why I really dived into understanding this remote job workspace. I knew that was the only option for me. I need to be working at home so that I can be able to oversee my kids, or, easily than deciding to take a job where I have to maybe take a care job where I have to now travel or go to the location. I have to be in that location throughout for some certain hours, take hours and hours. So if I want to take extra hours, I'm at home. I could take extra hours in the evening, but I'm still looking at my kids. I can still take 2 minutes to give them food or do something, but, and I'm still earning money. I'm not stuck in a particular place, or I'm not where I'm able to take care of my children. So that was the major driver for me that led me to dive in to understand how this remote work process works. So this is another testimonial from David. Before joining this program, I was struggling to break into the remote job markets, especially finding remote opportunities that pay in foreign currency. I tried everything on my own, but I kept hitting a wall. And that was when I found this course. It changed everything for me. The step-by-step guidance, the practical tips, insider knowledge I gained were invaluable. Just within a few weeks, I landed my first tech remote job with top company in the US, and I now earn in dollars working directly from home in Nigeria. This course not only helped me achieve financial independence, but also gave me the confidence to pursue bigger goals. So if you're serious about transforming your career and achieving financial freedom, this is the program you need. And there's something you don't know, that when you start working for these companies and you're really very good, they can start offering giving you that option of, do you want to come over? Do you want to, do you want us to help you process visas or things like that? So that's also, when they find out you're very good and very good into your job, they might start having those conversations with you. So you never know where your help or where your transformation is going to come from. So this Fatima, and she joined from Kenya. She was like, I was skeptical at first, having tried multiple times to secure a remote job without any luck. But joining this course was the best decision I ever made. The training was thorough, covering everything from essential skills to crafting a standard resume, acing interviews, support and mentorship were incredible. I felt like I had a personal coach guiding me every step of the way. And within a short period, I not only landed a remote position in New Zealand, but also started earning in dollars, something I had only dreamed of. This course is a game changer for anyone looking to achieve financial freedom and build a successful remote career. Okay, let's move on here. I want to break down your journey, right? So if you're in this class today, this is where how you're going to transition into your remote job. First of all, you need to get the necessary skills. You need to understand how, like, you have to create your resume, how to find the jobs, where to find the jobs, how to interview, all of that. You need to get all of that skill. You need to learn all that. Number two, not learning it, or let's say getting into a course, learning everything. That's not where it ends. You need to be ready to implement. It's going to be a challenge. You need to be able to implement. So for me, for the first, during my period of searching for or breaking into the remote workspace, I had sleepless nights. But I knew that I'm going to have sleepless nights for 1 month, but for the remaining parts of my life, I will not go back. I will now be enjoying, right? So let me put in the work. So be ready to put in the work. You need to put out interviews a lot, because there are people competing for that job with you all over the world. So you need to put in the work. If you do that diligently, you're going to land your remote. Like, if you do it, you will land your remote tech job and you will start earning in foreign currency. And that's going to be your financial freedom. You can take vacations. You can live. You can imagine you earning in foreign currency right now with the rates. You can imagine the kind of you believe a stress-free life. And of course, that's what everyone on this call is actually looking for. That was what motivated me actually to dive in to understand how this whole process works. So the goal, like I said, is financial freedom. That's the goal, and that's what we all are looking for. Now, is it okay for me to take like the next 10 minutes to go over a very special offer with you? If that's okay with you, just give me a thumbs up, like, or just an emoji, and I'm going to just share this offer with you. For those of us that really want to continue this path or want to take up this course, want to understand what they need to do, they want to try this. See, let me tell you, there's nothing in this world that if you sit down and say and do nothing, you have nothing. But if you take a step, there are two things that are going to happen. Is either you succeed or you don't succeed. And if you don't succeed, there's always an opportunity for you to keep trying and trying again until you succeed. So those are the two options you always have in life. Okay, I think I need to go. So now I'm going to be introducing you the remote job expert challenge. It's going to be a 10-day challenge. For 10 days, I'll be breaking down with you step by step things you need to do, and you need to be implementing them within that 10 days. So by the end of 10 days, you are actively applying, you actively have your portfolio, you're actively applying for jobs. And if you're very diligent, you might even start getting interviews before the end of the 10-day challenge. It's going to be a remote job expert challenge. It's a 10 days, an online course, but we will be meeting up every day, and you'll be submitting your work every day for me to review and make sure that you're following up with this class. So scratch this class starts August 15th. It's not going to start August 15th, right? This was the last slide that I had. So what value are you going to get? What value are you going to get from this 10 days remote tech job expert challenge? Number one, you're going to learn how to build tech skills, even if you don't have any experience. So first of all, I'll show you a comprehensive list. I've showed you some of all the jobs you can get remotely. I'll show you a comprehensive list, a very long list. You on your own, you're going to map yourself to say, okay, this is what I've done before. I've been a rep before. I know how to design. I know how to do data, and I know Excel. I know how to, do admin work. I know how to manage projects. I know how to manage social media. You are going to map yourself to one career path, or let's say two, that matches with your skills. And then you need to start building your personal brand. So because, like I said, we are from this part of the world and we are competing, we're trying to get jobs from places that they're not familiar with us. They can't come and ask or ask for reference because they don't even know people they're talking to. So the only thing that's going to get you that social proof and get that conviction for you to actually get the job is you need a personal brand. So I'll teach you how to build that personal brand so that when they come across your profile, based on the experience, I know they will be convinced that you can be able to do this job. Then we'll show you how to navigate the remote job market, like your resume standard, your portfolio, the job sites, and all of that. How to apply, how to speak to recruiters. Like, so when you listen on LinkedIn, somebody posts a job, how to actually go to LinkedIn and get that person talking to you and you explaining your value to that person that makes them want to invite you for an interview, because also is a process. These people that you're applying to, they are human beings, they have feelings. So there's also for you to get into their emotions and make them trust you, right? But you can't just have an empty LinkedIn profile. Let's say, for instance, you're trying to network on LinkedIn and then you're talking to somebody, because the person wants to go back to you to see who you are. They want to see your job. They want to see what you've been doing, and you have nothing. They won't even talk to you. So once you go back to them to try to talk to them, the next thing they're trying to do, they're trying to look you up to see who you are. Or maybe you're on Upwork or Fiverr, the same thing. They want to look you up to see who you are. You need to get your personal brand ready before you even get to that process. The next thing, you're going to master the art of the remote interview process. So how do I sit behind the camera on Zoom? And I'm going to take questions when I'm done. I'll soon be done. So how do I sit behind the camera and convince the right person to hire me, or somebody that lives me from whatever country I am in? How do I convince this person to hire me? So you, of course, you're going to transition to remote work. Can even be your own boss, taking small, like short jobs or contracts. And finally, you achieve financial freedom through remote work. That's all we're going to cover. And what makes this course different? Number one is you're going to get personalized support. So I'll be here to guide you all the way. You get actionable strategies. So I'm sending you strategies, things you need to action, and please, you need to action them to get results. And of course, there's going to be community engagement. You're going to be learning from other people that are trying to achieve the same things as you. So this is the offer. For just $30, of course, what you're going to learn is way, way, way above this. But like I said, I got into this because people kept asking me how I did it, and I'm like, okay, this is it. So with $30 at 5,000 naira, you want to join this challenge. Is a 10-day challenge. It has a money back guarantee. So after the challenge, and you feel like, oh, I didn't get anything, this was a waste of my time, you're going to come back and I will refund you your money in full. Of course, with evidence that you tried to implement and it didn't work for you. So register. This is a fast action bonus. Register and you get into the class for $30 or 35,000 naira, depending on how you want to pay. So this is the offer for the course where I'll walk you through this whole process. And at the end of the day, you actively have your own brand and your own portfolio as a remote tech job or tech expert. Now, if you want to pay, I'm going to be dropping this also in the WhatsApp chats. But if you're in Nigeria, you could pay through my Fidelity Bank accounts. If you want to pay through, like, use your card, Apple Pay, it's also a link. And then after payment, just send me an email, send me a WhatsApp, and then I'll add you to the course site. So this we'll all talk about this in the WhatsApp chat. Okay, so it's time for me to take questions. Let me go to the chat. If you felt like this class was valuable to you, just give me a thumbs up or just an emoji for me to know that actually you were able to get the info you were looking for. Okay, so is it possible for one not to have a skill for any remote job? It's not possible, right? So it's not possible. Of course, you must have finished your secondary school or you are a graduate. What did you study in school? There's something that you studied that is close to what people are looking for. It's something they call domain knowledge. There's some, so let's say you studied biochemistry. Do you know there are some people that only hire for a customer service rep, and that company it's into chemicals, let's say. They will only hire somebody that has a knowledge of biochemistry because they know you understand when people call you to ask you questions. You understand what they're talking about. When they talk about oxygen and hydrogen, because you have that knowledge, you understand. So of course, they are looking for you because you have that domain knowledge. So there's something for everybody in this part of the world. There's something for everybody. Whatever skill, whatever knowledge, whatever thing you've done, and even if you did that job for free, there's actually a skill that you have gotten from that job that you can actually implement to actually get something, even if it's just a virtual assistant or it is going to be an admin. So now, if you don't have those skills, you can go to YouTube, you can go to online to, in fact, YouTube is easier because there are thousands of videos of people actively teaching you this thing. So if you put in the effort to say, okay, let me shape my skills, you can actually go watch those videos, shaping your skills. And of course, a human being, you're smart, you can learn things, and that's it. People are just too busy in this part of the world to do everything by themselves. So somebody has a company, they need somebody to just be there responding to their emails because they have a lot of emails. Somebody to organize those emails for them, somebody to take their calls, somebody to book flights for them. That's it. And I'm sure you can be able to do that. Can one pay in 2 installments? Okay, if you want to pay in 2 installments, just send me a chat, but you will not be able to start up before the class. So this class we are looking to, so enrollment has started actively. Enrollment is active, but this class we're starting to by the 1st of September. That is when actively we will start. So 1st to 10th of September, this class is going to be on. But enrollment, especially for early bird, is on. I'm going to put all the details in the chat because after this period, late payments is going to increase a little high. But if you really want to take advantage of this opportunity, I advise you to just go ahead and take advantage of it and know that you are now getting yourself ready, because once you get into the class, there are things, once you enroll now and you get into the WhatsApp group for people that are ready to take up the 10-day challenge, I will start sending you actions and things you need to do to get yourself ready for the course that you can start implementing even before the course starts. So I'll start sending you things you need to do to get yourself prepared even before the course. I'll start sending you materials to study, things you need to do to get yourself prepared. So it's better you get in early before the course starts. If you have any more questions, you want to speak, you want to ask me questions directly, just unmute yourself and ask the question, and I'll take your question. I'll just take that before the end.
Hello, good afternoon. I think it's afternoon over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I recently get to learn data analytics. I think for like 3 months I've been working on that skills, both the technical skills, the soft skills, but I've not been able to I'm currently building my portfolio like you said, but I've not done my CV yet. And I was looking out for internship here in Nigeria first, but since I saw your advert on Facebook for remote job, I believe it's quite better to even do my internship as a remote worker. I think I should be able to get an internship for a remote worker as a remote worker, right?
So why don't you think you're able to get a full job that will be paying you? You've learned this skill. So what people don't know is that we Nigerians, we even know more than most people here. When I started working my first company, I just learned this skill. I learned business analysis. So if you follow me on Instagram, you see I talk about business analysis a lot. So I learned business analysis for 2 months. Before then I was a banker, so I did customer service, operations, and all of that. I even did like payments, digital payments, and all that. But I did a course on business analysis. I actually take live PA courses. I teach people the courses if you want to transition. And that was it. After that, I got a coach because you need somebody that has actually done what you're trying to do, or somebody that knows how to. So I need somebody to teach me how to interview, how to fix resume. I got a coach that I paid heavily. I did not pay $30. I paid heavily because this person actually is here. So I paid that money, but I knew that I was going to gain from it. I got my first job and it was paying me annually $80,000. I spent about 2,000 trying to learn the course, but I gained all of that in 1 month, right? So when I started working, I I, I put all my years of experience and I kind of mapped the skills I had gained working in the bank to match up with what's the map your skills to the job you're actually looking for. My boss saw me as the best analyst in the company. She saw me as the best, and I was surprised. And I was the only black girl in that company with about four other analysts that were white. But she saw me as the best because let me tell you, the training we get from here, we do a lot of things. Our work is very fast paced. You do like 10 people's jobs. You don't know how talented you are. You don't know. Me, I didn't know too. Up until I got here. That was when I knew. And that's when I'm like, there are people that are actually really very talented that can actually, not all companies hire 100% remote, but there are some other companies that you can actually get this. If nothing, just you're on Fiverr, you're on Upwork. People go to those platforms every day to look for people to do short jobs for them. You can take advantage of that, earn foreign currency in this hard economy, and help your family. And that's just what I'm trying to help people to achieve. So you actually have the skills, create a portfolio, go online, get a job, and do that job for people. I don't even think of internship. That's why I said, first of all, the first thing I need to do, I need to open up your mind to accept that you actually have all what it takes to do this thing. So accept that. If after payment, usage of laptop compulsory for the remote job. So your laptop is your office, right? Your laptop is your office for your remote job. So you can learn on your phone, but for you to now properly create a portfolio that will make sense, you need a computer. Yeah, you need a computer. You can borrow somebody's own to create your portfolio and upload it on the different sites. But if they now hire you and say, create this design for me, or do this, analyze this data for me, or help me proofread this content, help me do this, you now need a laptop. So that's it. I'm a teacher. So see, let me tell you, there are so many people that look at people that teach English. Like, I know in Canada here, I see so many adverts of English teachers. They want some people are Chinese, they can't really speak English properly. Some people are like Rush, like they are from different countries. They want people that will teach their children English. So if you know how to teach languages like French, English, all this Spanish, you're in demand. So like I said, there's always something for everybody. I follow you on Instagram, teachers are good. Thank you. Okay, so do you have any other question? I don't want to take people's time, so this is recorded. I'm going to post it. Hopefully, the last one I did didn't record. I don't know why. Hopefully, it's unrecorded, but I'm going to post it in the chat. If not, I might take out time to, for everyone that missed this or want to join again, to take 1 or 2 more live calls like this before the class starts. But if you really want to do this, you can. Don't miss this opportunity. Right? Don't miss it. Okay, thanks everyone, and I'll keep posting updates in the WhatsApp group. Thank you, Masha Lukoronko. Sorry, you're gonna watch the recording. Okay, bye.
Thank you very much. Yeah.